Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a love bomb, and we're going to do that with a crochet, and you can just leave them anywhere to spread a little love and warmth. You can see I have them in lots of different colors, and you're just going to need some yarn, just a regular weight yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and I have a crochet hook. This one is 5.25. but any size that you can grab onto the yarn with it, and it'll stay in the hook, should work fine. You'll need some scissors, and you'll need a yarn needle or a darning needle, and it just needs to have an opening large enough that you can easily use the yarn with the needle and to thread it, and we'll just need that to finish off. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make a slip knot. And you need a tail of a few inches, maybe 3 or 4 inches. And doesn't matter which way. And you want to put some yarn underneath of that loop, pull it through, and pull the tails. And that will create a slip knot. Okay. So my tail's a little bit long, but that's fine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to chain 4. So yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, chain 2, yarn over, chain 3, yarn over, chain 4. Okay, once we chain 4, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain. So that'll be this little V shape here. So each V shape is what we would consider a chain. So we put the head of the crochet hook through that first one, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So we yarn over, pull it through that first chain, and then we're also going to pull it through the loop that was on our crochet hook. Okay, that's a slip stitch, and it made this chain into a little circle, or a little C shape, if you will. Okay, next we're going to chain 4. Okay, so we're going to be holding on to this with our thumb and middle finger, and then you want to make sure that your tail is hanging down, the short end, and the long end connected to the yarn ball. You're going to want to put that over top of your index finger like this, okay, to give a little tension to between the hook and where you're holding it on your hand. And then just keep the tail down, and you can even hold it with your middle finger and your thumb. Okay, so now we're going to chain 4. Yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4. So now you're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, so now we're going to work 3 treble crochet into the ring. So this ring that we made, there is a hole right in the middle. Okay, so you're gonna want to hold that, and we're going to work 3 treble crochet. Okay, so to do a treble crochet, we wrap our yarn over twice like this. Okay, now we're going to put the top of the crochet hook through this little hole in the middle of our ring. Okay, and then we're going to grab onto that yarn and pull it through. Okay, now we'll have 4, you'll see you have 4 little loops on your crochet hook. You're going to grab the yarn again, yarn over, and you're going to pull it through 2 of those loops, just 2 of them. Okay, now you have 3. Now we're going to yarn over again and pull through just 2 of them. Okay, so that's our second crochet, and now we're going to finish off with the 3rd treble crochet, last 2. Okay, so the ring, there's just 1 loop left. That's what you want. So what we just made is the top part of this top part here of our heart. Okay, so this section right here. Okay, and this middle part that you see with the hole, that's the ring that we're working through. Okay, so we finished our first treble crochet, and the directions say to work 3 treble crochet into the ring. So we're going to do exactly the same thing that we just did. So 2 yarn overs. We're going to poke the crochet hook through the ring, grab onto that yarn, pull it through. Okay, we have 4 stitches on our crochet hook. Keep that tail down, we don't want to use that. And we're going to grab onto the yarn, pull it through 2. Okay, keep your tension nice and taut. Grab onto the yarn, pull through 2, grab onto the yarn, pull through 2. Okay, so now we just finished our second treble crochet. Okay, now we're going to do it again. Yarn over twice, poke the top of the crochet hook through the center of the ring, grab onto the yarn, pull it through. There's our 4. Grab onto the yarn, pull it through 2. Oops. Sometimes the yarn will split a little bit. Try to keep it together. Okay, grab the yarn, pull it through 2. Grab the yarn and pull it through the last 2. Okay? Alright, so we just finished our 3 treble crochet. Alright, so now you want to take these, see how they're connected on this little ring in the middle? You want to just pull them up, sort of like sliding a curtain along a curtain rod. You want to pull them up and keep them tight together. So you can really clearly see that ring now. Okay, so the next part of the instructions says to work 3 double crochet into the ring. Okay, so a double crochet, we're only going to yarn over once before we poke the crochet hook into the ring. We're going to grab the yarn, pull it through, keep that tail down. Okay, grab the yarn, and we're just going to pull it through 2 stitches, and grab the yarn again and pull it through the last 2 stitches. So that's our first double crochet. Okay, we'll do it again, and we're working 3 of these. 1 over, through the ring, grab the yarn, pull it up, grab the yarn, pull it through 2, grab the yarn, pull it through 2, and now we have our 2 double crochet. So you can do this now, or you can wait till you finish all 3, but just keep those together. Try to keep them all tight together so you have room on your ring to finish your heart. Okay, so 1 more double crochet. Yarn over, through the ring, yarn, pull the yarn through, grab the yarn, pull it through 2, grab the yarn and pull it through the last 2. Okay, so here we have our 3 triple crochet, 2 double crochet. The next part of our Instruction says to chain 3. So this will be this bottom part of the heart right here. And it won't look like a corner or a point quite right away, but it will after we're on to our next section. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now it says to work 3 double crochet into the ring. So I'm on double crochet, so we're just yarn over once into the ring, pull the yarn through. If it twists, just twist it back down into place, keeping your tail down so it's not getting in your way. Grab the yarn, pull it through 2, grab the yarn, pull it through 2. Okay. It says to work 3 of those, so we have 2 more to go. Yarn over once. Oops. So if you don't have enough tension, it can fall off. So we'll get a little more tension in there. Some people will actually wrap this yarn around their pinky just to help keep that tension. Okay, yarn over, through the ring, pull the yarn through, pull it through 2, pull it through 2, and we have our second double crochet. So I'm just going to slide those down tight. You can see that our 3 chains are starting to look a little more pointy as we tighten those, slide those crochets down together. Okay, now 1 more double crochet, yarn over, through the ring, pull it through, grab that yarn, pull it through 2. See my tail's trying to sneak up again. I actually see a little extra something here, so I'm actually going to let that one go. So what happens if you let one of these slide off? It just comes right undone. And that extra string was part of my tail, which got in the way. So let's try that again. Yarn over, through the ring, pull it through, pull it through 2, pull it through 2. Okay, now we have our 3 double crochet, and now for our, slide those down, now for our next step, which is crochet 3. Yes, 3 treble crochet. So yarn over twice. Remember, for treble crochet, we yarn over twice. Looks like that. Through the ring, grab the yarn, pull it through. Okay, you should have 4 rings on your crochet hook. Grab the yarn, pull it through just 2. Remember, you need tension in your yarn to be able to do that. Yarn over again, pull it through 2. If you're crocheting too tight, it's hard to get that hook to pull through, so you need to find that nice tension, but not too tight. And then through the last 2. Okay, and we have our first of our 3. Okay, yarn over twice for treble, through the ring, pull it through, pull it through 2, 2, 2. Okay, 1 more. Okay, so at this point you want to make sure, we can see we have a nice heart shape here. Almost done. We got to finish off this round side at the top. We want to make sure to pull over so that we have room to fit everything that we still need to finish. So we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we're going to make a slip stitch. I'm going to move my instructions into the top of the ring and finish off. Actually, we're not going to finish off because we're going to make a little hanger. So after you finish your chain 3, you're going to slip stitch through the ring. So we put our crochet hook through the ring, pull the yarn through, and then instead of grabbing the yarn like we would with the crochets, we're just gonna go ahead and take that same bit of yarn and pull it through the existing loop on our crochet hook. Okay, so at this point we're going to pull this tight, and you can see that we have a nice heart shape here. But instead of finishing it off, which we could finish it off if you didn't want a hanger, but I do want a hanger. So what we're going to do after we pull that nice and tight is we're going to chain 18. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so once you get to 18, you are going to do another slip stitch through the hoop. Okay, so slide everything over just a little bit to make room for that. Readjust your tension and go through the loop. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and then we're going to pull that same yarn through again through that existing stitch on your hook. Now we need to pull it tight. Okay, now at this point you are going to take your scissors and you're going to cut this a few inches. So you have a few inch excess, so now you have 2 tails. Okay, pull it tight and kind of hold that loop down a little and take your crochet hook and just pull that out just enough so that you can take the tail end, and you're going to just put that through like this, poke it through, and you're going to pull that tight. Okay, we want it to sort of stick out the back so it's not messing up the front. The front of your heart will be the one where you could actually see the chain. It's kind of at a beveled edge around the heart, and you can sort of adjust everything to give it the shape that you want so it looks uniform. Okay, so what we're going to do now that we have tightened all of this, I'm going to turn it over, and we're just going to work in these loose ends into the back of the heart so you won't even see them. Okay, so we'll just take this was the tail that we started with. Okay, and we're going to just work this through like 3 or 4 of the stitches that are going around the ring. And you're going to go sort of back and forth in the back of the heart. Okay, so before you pull the needle through, turn it over. Make sure you can't see that it's not poking through the front to mess up the pattern. So you're going to pull it through. Don't pull too tight or you'll actually change the shape. Just want to pull it enough so there's no extra pieces sticking out. Then you're going to skip over the first, the yarn piece that's the closest to your tail. You're going to skip over that one so it won't unthread itself, and you're going to go through again 3 or 4, 5 Pull it through again. Be careful not to go too tight. You don't want to change the shape. And then once again, skip over this first one and go through. Maybe not right on top of each other. You don't want it to be too bulky. Just a hidden 3 times back and forth. Okay? Okay, then you just take your needle off, trim that right at the base, and voila, disappeared. So you do the same thing with the second tail. Sometimes it'll try to fray, but just get it to pull through. Gonna go under. Double check it's not showing. Okay. And clip it off, and voila, we have a very nice little love bomb that we can share with somebody, or put in a place just to brighten the corner. All right, have fun.